Welcome to the Steps of Baking series. This is a 13-part video series in which I delve deeper into each of the steps of baking. Sometimes overlooked and not given a second thought. Each of these steps is just as important as the next. And for every bread you bake, you will take most if not all of these steps. So this is step number 2, Autolyse or Autolysation. Now you might not have ever heard of this, and that is because most of the time, especially home bakers, would not take this step. But let me explain what it is and the benefits of it. Now normal bread dough contains flour, water, yeast and salt. Autolysation is the mixing of the flour and water, leaving out the yeast and the salt and any other ingredients. And the reason for doing this is that it's beneficial for gluten development and for the hydration of the flour. This is especially important in high hydration breads and in whole wheat breads. Flour contains two proteins called glutenin and gliadin. It is when you add water to the flour and hydrate it when gluten is created from those two proteins. You can hydrate your flour whilst you are kneading your dough, but if we are talking about a high hydration dough which contains a lot of water, it will take a lot longer to knead it and get the gluten development if you were not to take the step and hydrate your flour. And the best part is, this makes our lives super easy, especially when making bread by hand. Because as the flour is hydrating, the gluten will develop without you putting in any effort. And it's as simple as that. Just mix your flour and water to a soggy mess until there's no more dry flour left. As you can see, it's very sticky and tears very easily. Then cover it up and leave it hydrate from 30 minutes up to a few hours. Using this technique also will help your dough expand in the oven, because the structure of it will be more relaxed. So let's have a look at what we have here. Just an hour ago, I mixed the flour and water, and we saw that there was no stretchiness, it would break apart easily. Look at it now. It is full of gluten. And at this point, we would add the yeast and the salt and continue kneading the dough, just to work in those ingredients. But the best part is, that will be a lot easier to do this and will take a lot less time. This is a 70% hydration dough, which would normally be quite sticky. But because we hydrated the flour, there's already gluten development, it's a lot easier to work with. It doesn't stick to my hands, it doesn't stick to the table. And it will take me no more than 5 minutes to get sufficient gluten development before I can start proofing my dough. And that's the Autolyse, as simple as that. Now I'll show you an example of making the same kind of dough, same amount of water, same amount of flour, but instead of leaving it to hydrate, we will try to work the dough straight from the get-go. So just as before, I will mix it, but I will place it straight on my table and try to knead it. And at this point, there's no structure to the dough. It just tears easily and it sticks to everything. Working dough like this will take a lot more effort. It will take a lot longer. You will still get the result that you are looking for, don't get me wrong, but the Autolyse method is just a helping hand that will make our life much more easier. This is especially important when you're making wholemeal breads or whole wheat breads. The flour is more coarse in texture, thus it takes more time to hydrate. And you will know this if you ever made bread using a large proportion of wholemeal flour, try to knead it by hand or in the machine. It'll be a lot more sticky, and developing the gluten will take a lot longer. And if we are talking about mixing dough in a mixer, time is very important, because if you have to mix your dough for a long time, the temperature will rise up, and that will have a detrimental effect on your dough. Another thing to note is that mixing an Autolyse dough in a mixer will take a lot less time. It will be easier to overmix, so keep that in mind. And that's the second step of baking. I hope it will come in handy for your next bake. Click the link on the screen to learn about all the other steps of baking. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.